Okay,
You
should be
probably set it up
working.
against, are you just doing audio or video? Oh, you can probably set it up on the computer, right up against the computer so it can look at you,
Okay.
so you can see yourself. Would that be all right? Will that
Yeah,
work?
that's fine. Okay. Do you want me to start now?
When you're ready.
Okay. Okay. Here we go.
So yeah, let it run about 10 seconds.
10 seconds,
to get
okay.
the start of the sentence.
My parents were trying to figure out where my sister and I would go to school. You know, we had some residual hearing, and with hearing aids, we could hear somewhat. You know, they were trying to figure out what school I was going to go to. You know, this was the 1960s, and there were many babies that were born deaf. And I think that I was lucky because to be born at that time, because I had a lot of friends to play with. That's true. There was a school. There was a Terry Mead School. DTM for short, Durant Torrey Mead School, and their philosophy was total communication, and they had a wing that was for all, attached to a building that was for all of us deaf students, and that was because of the rubella outbreak. There was the mainstream programming, and my parents looked into it. There was the mainstream had total communication philosophy, and they also looked into the school for the deaf, but they thought that it would be a conflict of interest if I went to the school for the deaf because they both worked there. You know, and they figured that, you know, children feel that their parents are hawking over them. So they figured we would try the mainstreaming school first, see how it goes, and then if it worked out, we would stay. So my sister and I, we did really well at DTM. We did really well with total communication. We thought it was important. You know, back then there was no interpreters. It wasn't easy. So we stayed, and I stayed there till 6th grade in the mainstream program, and then junior high, you know, it's in middle school, but back then we called it junior high school, DTM, and there were many deaf students that were in one class. I wasn't really happy, but I tolerated it. I was there for 2 years, and then I decided I would transfer to the Flint Open School. The principal there at Zimmern, he transferred to FOS for short, Flint Open School. The hard of hearing program followed him there. It was very strange. And I always said, I suspect that the teachers there, Zimmern, they probably had an affair with the principal. And that's why they followed him there. I'm teasing. I don't know if it's really true. But anyway, so they went to FOS, and the concept there was an open policy, which meant that the students can decide their own schedule. It was a different philosophy and a different approach, but the deaf students stayed in one classroom, and they went out to the regular classrooms for specials.
Okay.
I didn't really care for it. It was okay. And am I done? I made sure I was doing this cold at home, and then I just get nervous. I'm sorry. So stop.
Mm-hmm.